Here's a thought that's been going in my mind lately. We have the sim. Now how about the racing? So lately we've been seeing developers talk more and more about enhancing the driving of sims and things of that nature. However, I think we're missing out on something. Let's take a look back the past decade and a half, and we had titles such as Jeff Crammon's Grand Prix 4. We had Formula 1 Championship Edition 99 through 02. We had Papyrus's NASCAR Racing Series. We had Richard Burns' Rally. These were very highly regarded racing titles, and even though they are dated by today's standards, we still see a lot of people driving in these sims and enjoying it. However, we are looking at this new generation. We are looking at rFactor 2, Assetto Corsa, Automobilista, Project Cars, and iRacing, and we are left wanting. And I've just gone to be thinking, why is that the fact? Why are we disappointed with these titles which are offering us one of the most advanced driving experiences possible? And after a little bit of thinking, this is what came to mind. We are seeing a shift from focusing on the racing to focusing to the sim. What I mean by that is there are two words that break up sim racing: the sim and the racing. Back in the day, we were seeing more focus on the racing than the sim, and we enjoyed the racing. But now we're seeing a balance of power tipping to the sim, where we have more focus on the driving of the cars, more focus on the physics than the racing itself. One of the reasons that iRacing is so popular in this community is the unparalleled racing ability on the PC. We have the full racing rules. We have the championships. We have the leagues. We have all of that on iRacing. However, when we look at Assetto Corsa, the groundwork isn't there to support as near an in-depth racing experience as iRacing. rFactor 2 has decent leagues, but when it comes to single player, you're missing the championship. You're missing a lot of the groundwork, a lot of the base that would allow you to be able to race. Looking at F1 Championship, looking at Grand Prix, looking at Richard Burns, they all have this incentive in the form of a championship for you to be able to race and be able to compete. Even if it is against the computer, you're competing, and that gives you that rush of adrenaline. That gives you that mindset of, I need to race instead of I need to drive. And from there, I'm saying that we need to get that shift from sim to racing, at least to even it out, because we can have the most advanced sim, but if you don't have the racing to balance it out, what are you gaining? Assetto Corsa, we have the Porsche 919 Hybrid LMP1 with a technology that allowed it to win Le Mans. But we're not going to experience that in Assetto Corsa if the races are too short, if we're not able to simulate the real-life conditions of a prototype race car. So what I am getting at is to be able to advance our genre as a whole, to be able to move it forward, we need to look back. We need to look back at the era of Grand Prix 4, NASCAR Racing 2003, Richard Burns Rally. And on the rally side, we're seeing potential. We're seeing Dirt Rally picking up steam because it encapsulates that air of competition, the championship, the stresses and the rigors of racing. And that is what makes it a great title. But we need that to trickle down. We need that to infect rFactor. We need that to influence Assetto Corsa. And then we can see these titles get so much better. So these are just my thoughts. To move forward, we need to look back at what made sim racing great. So these are just some of my thoughts, and I'd like to hear your thoughts too. What do you think will make sim racing a better genre in the future? Let us know in the comments. Also, please hit the like and subscribe buttons below so you can stay in the know on our latest videos. I have my review of the Fanatic Club Sport line coming soon. I'm going to have a video about it likely in the next week, so stay up to date on that. And also, check out simracingpaddock.com so you can stay in the know on the latest going on in sim racing. For the Sim Racing Paddock, I'm William Marsh, and you have a great rest of your day.